We're willing to try, and I'll just take a little tab of my bacon and say, trying, that's the first step, friend. I'll just eat my bacon. I'm gonna walk outside in my robe and my nakedness and just kind of, just walk outside and just like, oh gosh, just breathe in the day, like, whoo, that was some.
And when Finley goes outside, I'll hold my paw out to Kurtz, and I'll look at him in his eyes and I'll say, I'm certainly going to try. And if you take my hand, I'll squeeze it and say, I know somewhere down in there's a good man.
Yeah, I'll shake his hand and then I'll just get up and head outside myself and begin sharpening my sword because it's gonna be needed soon. It's been a while, but I can feel it.
Nice.
Okay, and what was the question about Lylesh and the temple? What were you asking?
Is she at the Temple of the Divine?
Yeah, where were they taking her particularly?
Okay, so you guys don't know
Candoria?
for sure, but to kind of for Kyle and Ryan, for
Who the fuck is Kyle? Who are the
No, I'm table talking.
bastard?
I'm not talking to the characters.
Smack that guy.
What do you guys remember about the lore stuff we went over with the Temple of the Divine and the temple that's in Candoria proper?
The Candoria proper one, I believe, is the first word that came to mind was makeshift, but that's not right. It's like a secondary temple. That's where Candoria.
Yeah,
is.
it's like where Tavaria now lives, and the old Temple of the Divine is pretty much like all but abandoned, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is correct.
It's crumpled and in disrepair. Yeah.
Crumbly.
Crumbly.
So, with that knowledge, it would make more sense that she would be brought to Candoria than the old temple, because Tavara does not reside in the old temple because that was a Lundres, and she's the opposite teachings of what a Lundra was.
It has crumbled like my pastry.
As Kurtz walks past Finley outside stretching, and I see where it's a thing that he does, goes to sharpen a sword. I'll just say, so you're going to sharpen sword for the morning. I polished mine off last night before bed, so.
Oh, that's funny.
Stretching.
You and Devish weren't sharing a room, were you?
I don't know.
Say it ain't
Maybe.
so, Devis.
I apparently took no notice if I was. I give Kurtz a wink.
I did have this really weird dream that Finley was rubbing a tree.
Maybe that's where the squirrels came from.
Without looking up.
If they were watching, that's their own business.
Large acorns on that tree. That's where the squirrels came from.
Without looking up, I'll just say, yeah, just be sure whenever you use your sword, it's always good to apply a layer of wax so you don't get it dirty.
Wax on my. Oh, you mean like no, Kurtz. What I mean was like with my.
Yes,
You know what? Okay. Oh, you got okay. All right. You were making a joke to my joke.
Yep.
That's good. That's good. I like it. All right. Yeah. All right.
And just in the background just goes, he meant a lamb intestine, not a wax.
No, use wax. Hot wax.
All right, so we will take our first 5-minute break. Everyone who's watching, if you guys want to play some of the mini games with the players, they're going to be cut loose for that, and we'll have a little timer up on the screen, and we will.
Let's do this.
We will return.
Let's do this.
See you
Let's
in a
run
few
a
minutes.
heist. No sound. What the
No
fuck?
sound.
There's the sound back. All right. So admin disclaimer for everybody who's trying to play the mini games. You can only enter into a game if you have the amount of points that you're trying to bet. So if you're unsure of your points, you can do exclamation HotA points. It'll tell you how many you have, and you have to do that amount or less, or it will not enter you in. So everybody knows.
The challenge is an automatic 100.
Okay, and then for the boss one, you have to have, I think, a minimum of 5 people to be able to enter into it, or it will not proc. All right, so where do we leave off?
Trying to decide what the hell we're doing.
Okay.
Yep.
Waxing my pole.
With Finley and Kurtz outside and Drandel.
Comparing sword sizes, yes.
Yeah.
Mine's bigger.
Rin.
Davis is gonna head upstairs and start getting his stuff packed and getting ready to head out.
Okay.
From what I know, Strong Braid, I mean, we could head there if you think she's in Candoria proper, I suppose.
Seems like the most likely place that they would take her. I don't know how I feel leaving Brandalak in its current state, but maybe there's nothing that we can do about it.
Well, I don't feel terribly comfortable with leaving it as it is as well. So what I would propose is that I stay here, try to figure out what's going on. I'm not going to be much help with retrieving Lylesh. I believe you guys are much more capable for combat and for abilities and stuff like that. If you guys are willing to try to figure out what's going on with her, I'll be headed there. If you guys head out there now, by the time you get there, probably be about a week from now. I'll be over there anyway. And I'll also look into seeing if I can figure out how to get a hold of the collector. And I'll let you know how that goes, and we can meet up.
I'm sorry.
Her father, yeah. Finley
Yeah,
was
what's
inquiring
by
about
the
that?
way, what's his name, by the way? His first name.
Dawn.
I'm sorry. She never mentioned a title for her father.
Don Colio.
Collector? I mean, that sounds like that's something that should be recognized, but I've never heard of that name.
You never heard of Dawn?
Or the collector, I suppose.
Oh, the collector?
Yes.
He's kind of a mysterious fellow. I would say you not knowing of him would not be a strange concept. In certain circles, I mean, unless you deal with acquiring artifacts or, magical items, he may be completely unknown to you.
Be interesting to meet him, I suppose. But could be useful, I suppose, if Lylesh could make introductions.
If you're gonna get involved in the business going on here in Brandalak, Drandolin, then you should be careful. You were out a long time, and there's a lot more going on here than you know.
Well, I feel that I've enough trust in you guys to, if this is an endeavor you'd be willing to do, and if not, you guys have already done more than enough. I'll still try to figure out, I'll be making my way over there anyway just to see what I can find out.
I already told Tavaria's men that I would speak on her behalf, but they didn't want to hear of it. If we head back to Candoria and we can find out what's going on, that still stands.
I'll probably look up for Davis if he's still packing and try to just kind of give a quick little knock on the door. Davis?
Yes.
We were wondering, would you mind some traveling companions? We're heading back to the proper, and we were wondering if you were heading also in the same direction?
Yes, I will be heading in approximately that direction. I would love to have you as company.
Right, okay, that's good. Would you mind waiting for us then?
Not at all, of course.
Thank you. And just kind of walk down, making sure he didn't leave without us. Alright, so we have at least Davis. If it is been in the outside.
I mean, we brought him here, we should at least bring him back, right?
It's courtesy, I suppose, yes.
I suppose.
I mean, before we leave, do you perhaps is there anything else you want to do in this town of Brandalak before we leave? I mean, I still look around. There's no one fucking here, right?
No, there's still no one here.
I mean, we pretty much have the run of the town. I mean, we could go steal some booze. We could go rob the bank if they have a bank here. I mean, We could get pissed on things. I'm just throwing out ideas before we leave.
Let's raid the armory.
We could raid the armory.
Just think about your statements for a moment. Do you honestly expect that a town would literally desert themselves without taking their valuables and possessions that they could with them? And do you think a man like the mayor would allow them to even have any arms inside the town that wasn't under his control and would have been taken when they decided to vacate?
Well, at the very least, I want to go see that Puck guy one last time. He was a crazy character, and I actually had a couple of questions for him. So, I mean, it's still early in the morning. When do we plan on heading out of here for Candoria there?
Well, Davis said he wouldn't mind waiting, so I suppose you could talk to Puck, I guess. At least he's a certain source that's still here.
But if we're not going to stick around and see what we can do about Kane, then we should just get going soon.
Sure, it wouldn't take but a moment. And I'll go upstairs real quick, grab some gold. I'm not going to change. And I'm going to go in my robe with bunny flippers.
Do you mind if I come with you, Finley?
Finley,
if anyone wants to come with me, you're more than welcome to. But
why aren't you dressed?
I am.
It's my Sunday best.
in all fairness, Rin, I guess you should probably get used to the fact that when it's not like pertinent that we're going to be battle ready or like going into some shit, this kind of sort of is dress for me. This is actually a little
in public like this.
He puts on his face only when it's necessary.
If the nipples are covered, Finley is clothed.
Is Strongbraid dressed, or is Strongbraid walking around in his over?
No, I'll go put on my my armor.
You see, Strongbraid had the decency to learn to at least put on something suitable for the weather outside. Why would you go out in nothing but a scant robe and little slippers?
For the bitches.
I will presentation myself. There, I mean, at least am I presentable to you now? I mean, my robes are nice.
Just because you polish a turd does not mean it's a turd.
I think I'm a little overdressed, to be quite honest. But anyway, that's besides the point. You're more than welcome to.
I realized you were going to be asking Puck for certain favors, but are you intending to, solicit him in that manner?
No. This is literally how I dress 98% of the time. You've seen me for the other 2%.
I've seen you for about 100%, and all of my 100% has been dressed.
We'll see.
In a dress.
Times will change, I guess.
A man dress.
Kurt, will you be needing anything when we go see Puck? Do you need anything?
The potential Finley artwork just changed quite a bit.
Are we gonna recall?
Just robes and a bunny flipper is like fuck.
Recall all the T-shirts and come up with a new line. Yeah.
Just robes. Kurtz, will you be needing anything from Puck or anywhere while I head out with these two? You're more than welcome to come with too if you want, or unless you had some other endeavors.
I think I'm gonna stay here because no one's back yet, and the Holy Guard just so happened to show up when we got back. So maybe best not to leave sickly old man at home alone.
Right. Well, I don't plan on being long. I mean, and I kind of point in that direction. I mean, it's like that big ass fucking tree where Puck lives is right over there, right? I mean, it's not too far.
No.
Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah.
So who's all going?
Rin, I guess will follow, but he's going to go to Kurtz and go, does he seriously walk everywhere around in that robe with those stupid slippers?
Yeah.
How is he not dead?
I don't know, honestly.
They're cute. They're cute slippers.
Because he's usually riding on your shoulders.
The slippers have a natural charisma of 20.
Perhaps most things think him too simple to harm or steal, I suppose.
You guys sneak into a lot of R-rated movies that way. Put a big overcoat on, got Finley on top.
So Drendalin's staying here. Devis is packing. Kurtz is gonna stay with Drendalin. Finley is gonna head over to Puck. Who's going with?
Yeah, I'm heading with Finley.
Rin and Stormbright? Okay, so the three of you can depart and head there if you like.
All right.
Let me switch screens real quick. So, bam. All right, we're here.
You sure you can keep pace there, Finley? I mean, slippers over water and stone, not the
Oh.
smartest.
Real quick admin note. As you're donning your armor and you kind of giving yourself a one-over to make sure you're ready for the day, you notice you're level 3.
Hey!
Yeah,
hey,
congratulations.
good road, guys.
Because that's something you can tell just by looking at yourself.
Very
why you
nice.
That's why you polish off the night before. That's
Exactly.
That's how you level, of course.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that?
Get my redemption spells finally.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, I forgot to tell you guys. Sorry. Yeah, you were level 3.
It's part of my glamour barding is a robe and nothing else.
Yeah. That's the only reason you're level 3. Yeah.
It's like a geisha robe as well.
34
Yeah.
HP.
It's got that line of satin on the edges where you can rub your
Yeah.
fingers and it's really smooth. Yeah.
Oh shit! I might even get. Oh, I get something else at level 3 as well. Yeah.
Does Puck's defenses look to be down for us to get up?
Yeah, the bridge thing. Yeah, they are retracted back.
Alright, so we'll make our way up there.
Yeah, man. Just hi-hoing right in there. Just Puck!
Finley,
Hello, Puck, are you here? Are you awake?
are you just gonna leave your token there at the house, Finley, or are you gonna come? I don't care either way. I'm just curious.
I was just gonna leave it, but okay.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Really. It's good practice to put your token where your character is.
There, I'm at the tree. I'm here now. Sorry. Okay, I'm in the tree. All right, try that again. Puck, are you awake? Are you here?
So you just hear a loud snore, and then after the snores, you hear kind of a tweet 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 tweet. Tweet 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 tweet. So you guys are
shit.
still on the floor level because he's retracted the things, unless you're gonna try like acrobatics across the ropes.
Fuck.
Oh wait, so he does have the defenses kind of. Up
Yeah, they
in
were
the-
retracted. Yeah, they're
okay,
back.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not in that platform. We're like way over here somewhere.
Yeah, I'll ping. So that tree has a way to get up, and then there is the drawbridge across, but it's retracted to his side. But there are the ropes that the wooden platforms scale out on through. So he either needs to trigger it, or you guys try to go across the ropes.
Well, I'm only wearing a robe, so I vote not me traversing across rope.
Well, I mean, this is you wanting to talk to Puck, Finley.
Or I will definitely traverse across ropes.
You could try yelling again too. He just didn't wake up the first time.
I look around for like a little stone on the ground.
Okay.
See a little stone.
Sure.
I'll pick one up and throw it the fuck up there. Just trying to like a high school teenager trying to wake the chick up at her window.
Oh,
Just-
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it'll fall just short of him, kind of rattle, and he'll kind of like look up and he'll kind of tuffle out his beard, and the bird will wake up and he'll be like, "Yeah, Butterbut, did you hear something?" Kind of rubbing his eyes.
Where'd go, man?
He'll look over your way, and he'll jump up. He'll grab his walking stick, and he'll go grab the lever, and he'll look at you guys and be like, "Oh yeah." And the platform will go out.
Oh, this is my favorite part. I love this part. All right, now we will traverse across.
Okay.
Indeed.
When you get about halfway, the little yellow bird will kind of fly towards you, and it'll land on your shoulder, Finley.
Oh, hey, hello there.
And just tweet.
I'll try to pet it.
Yeah, he'll let you.
Nice. Like birds. Okay. Just strolling on up.
Good morning, Puck.
And you'll see him kind of doing like, it looks like it's like almost like a dance routine, like he does it every morning. He goes through this series of stretches, and you just hear every joint and every bone popping and cracking, and he does this whole like, thing. And just wait a minute.
See, morning stretches. See, I told ya. Is he wearing a robe? Is he naked? Does he have like pajamas on?
No, he wears the same thing. I'm sorry. That would have been funny though. A matching outfit.
Yeah. Just saying, great minds think alike. You gotta get your morning stretches in. You gotta, crack the back. Totally good. Continue.
And then he finishes his little crack routine, and he pulls out his pipe and he starts to light it, and looks up at you guys, and you're early risers. Do you get up this early every day?
Yes.
I take some of the bacon that I took with, and I say, I mean, it's a little cold, but I brought some bacon here for you. I didn't know if you'd be awake or not. And I'll prestidigitation, I'll warm it up a little bit. I think I could do that.
Oh, yes, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, initiative chicken. Remember?
He'll kind of look at the bacon. He'll look at you. Like, that's for me?
Yeah, sure. I thought maybe you'd be awake, but
And-
you're a late sleeper like me, so yeah, if you want some.
Mid you saying all of that, you're looking down and you just see like this old hand blur just poof, like gone and just like he's
Everybody
just
loves
mound down
bacon.
on it. Yeah.
Everyone loves bacon, guys. Key to everyone's heart. Everyone loves bacon.
Bryn's just quietly standing in the background going, I need that bacon. You mention anything to me?
It's always like, oh, and then just crumbs are getting on
Taking
his
full
beard.
credit. Yes.
All right.
As the crumbs are
Alright.
building up in his beard, you see Butterbutt come flying to the beard and is just kind of like just pecking them out, and just you're not sure if it's more of a just a grooming
Carnivore.
habit the bird has or if he wants to eat them too, but.
Well, right. Well, Puck, I don't mean to keep you from your day here. It looks like you're just waking up for the start of your day, but I just wanted to come back. I couldn't help but notice some of the things, and I just kind of look around. He's got like all kinds of random nicky-nacky weird
Oh
shit.
yeah, he's a tinkerer. Yep, there's tons of tinker stuff everywhere.
You know, I couldn't help but notice all the cool shit you have in here, and we're actually about to depart from Brandalek for a while. I don't know when we'll be back for, if ever, but before parting, I mean, I just wanted to know, is any of this stuff for sale in here, or do you just like make shit because, I mean, that's fine if you just make it for fun, but I mean, is any of this stuff for sale in here?
Well, it depends on what you want. Most of it's just for myself. I see a need and I try to fill it, of course. And then you just see his face just light up, and he runs over and he's kind of like just hop like as fast as he can. He's hopping with his cane, and he shows this table and he rolls out this paper, this scroll, and he says, "Come look, friends, look at this. Tell me what you think."
I will certainly walk over as he's saying all that.
So. He said, I had a dream about this the other night, and, it's going to take quite a time to construct this, but tell me what you think. And as you look at the scroll that's panned out, you see some plans, very rudimentary at this point, of some kind of construction that looks humanoid. And he explains that he wants to try to build some kind of machine that could have some kind of sentience.
That's an interesting dream, Puck. How would you make this creation go?
I'm still trying to work out the particulars. Mechanically, I completely believe I could do this. I'm gonna have to acquire some parts, of course. But there's a will, there's a way, and Butterbutt is sure that I'll get it to work, and he'll kind of pat the beard and rub.
Well, Butterbutt seems fairly clever. Maybe you could teach Butterbutt to pilot the machine.
I think Butterbutt likes to stay in the beard. No, I'm not planning on having them be piloted, actually. The goal is to have these be able to just operate independently.
Is it a golem?
No, I've heard of this idea before. I've never seen one, but I believe they're called Warforged.
Never heard of it. Well, I suppose best of luck to you in that attempt. Finley, is there anything you were looking for specifically?
Was there a war in your dream, Puck?
Oh no, not a war. I've heard of these things in stories before, and they were designed for war. But I think it would be really handy to have things that you could build that could do things for you. I mean, I'm getting old. I can't tinker forever. If I could build something to keep my legacy going. I mean, I have no children of my own. This is kind of my way of maybe continuing my legacy.
This is your procreation.
Well, it would be my son, yeah.
I see.
Well, what do you do in those things that you build to do things for you? Want to do things of their own?
I don't even know if I can get this to work. It was a dream, but that's what tinkers do. We tinker, and hopefully I could get it going one day.
Nice AI bailout.
Well, it's a very challenging endeavor, Puck, I suppose.
You know, Puck, before we talk business for a moment, what sort of parts do you think you'd be needing for some sort of cockamamie contraption such as this?
Well, you know, it's still in the drafting phase. I think that some kind of wood would work great for the muscle structure. Possibly some metal and stone for the skeletal structure. You know, I still working out the particulars, so I'm not sure yet. Still more in the brainstorming phase, if you will. And he'll kind of just chuckle and take a huge.
That was a good one.
That
was good. I enjoyed that. All right. Well, I mean, I'm supposing they probably have to be some sort of metal, some magical wood or some magical metal, or how exactly does all that come about?
You know, I don't know. I have heard that elves know a bit about fae magic, and I don't know if that would be able to be used with any kind of. I don't know. I'm just rambling. I'm just an old man who doesn't know very much, but we'll figure it out.
You do seem a little more clear-headed than when last we spoke, though, Puck. Look around town. Does something look unusual to you?
Yeah, no, I have noticed that, you know, no one has been returning, but that's just given me opportunity to acquire things for my tinkering, if you will.
And what about Kane?
And he'll look down at the bird who's tweeting. He's like, "It's not stealing, it's acquiring, Butterbutt. It's for the greater good."
See, acquiring. See, it's all in the wordplay, guys. I said about going to steal shit. You should have just said acquiring, and it would have made it more. Anyway, go on.
Can you tell us any more about Kane now that you seem to be a little more clear-headed this morning?
What? You're friends of Lylesh. I can trust her. I can trust you. What can I answer for you? I mean, I don't know too much about him, but